Hi everybody, happy Monday! Let's start our circle time off with the good morning chain. Are you ready to sing with me? When you hear your name, do the choo choo, okay? The good morning train is coming, how are you? Choo choo. The good morning train is coming, how are you? Choo choo. The good morning train is coming, the good morning train is coming, the good morning train is coming, how are you? Choo choo. And we'll say hello to Anya, how are you? Choo choo. And we'll say hello to Isaiah, how are you? Choo choo. And we'll say hello to Sky, and we'll say hello to Julia, and we'll say hello to Kai, how are you? Choo choo. And we'll say hello to Jackson, how are you? Choo choo. And we'll say hello to Charlotte, how are you? Choo choo. And we'll say hello to Ryan, and we'll say hello to William, and we'll say hello to Abby, how are you? Choo choo. And we'll say hello to Sela, how are you? Choo choo. And we'll say hello to Claire A, how are you? Choo choo. And we'll say hello to Rana, and we'll say hello to Sarah, and we'll say hello to Claire Miller, how are you? Choo choo. And we'll say hello to Stone, how are you? Choo choo. And we'll say hello to Brielle, how are you? Choo choo. And we'll say hello to Robbie, and we'll say hello to Nolan, and we'll say hello to Ellie, how are you? Choo choo. And we'll say hello to Mrs. Lambert, how are you? Choo choo. And we'll say hello to Missy, how are you? Choo choo. And we'll say hello to everyone, and we're gonna have a great day because we're all together, how are you? Choo choo. All right, friends, another week of online learning. Your teachers are so proud of you. You are doing so well, and it's so fun to see everybody every day during our meetings in the morning when we're all together and we can share our ideas and do our learning together. I hope you're enjoying these circle times as well. So this week during circle time, I thought it would be fun to talk about mythical creatures. And I wonder if you know what a mythical creature is. So a mythical creature is something that people don't think actually exist because no one's actually seen one. And a lot of times mythical creatures have special powers. So the two that I can think of right off the top of my head are unicorns and dragons. Some people think fairies are mythical creatures and something called a Sasquatch. So I really hope you watch all the Circle Time videos this week because we are going to talk about mythical creatures, and we have some poems and some songs, and I found some books about mythical creatures. So we're going to do those during our Circle Times in the afternoons, okay? Before we get going, I thought we could do a morning message. So let me get it out. Okay, so we're going to read it together. And there's a math problem at the end of it that I thought we could solve together. So it says, it is Monday. We are going to talk about mythical creatures this week. It will be fun. And friends, I put an exclamation mark. Do you see that at the end of that sentence? Do you know what an exclamation mark means? We've talked about it in class before. It means that you're excited about it. So instead of putting a period at the end of some sentences, you may put an exclamation mark, and that's when you're excited about what you just wrote about. So it will be fun. We're excited about it, so I put an exclamation mark there instead of a period. Okay, and then I've got a math challenge for us. So let's first figure out the popcorn words that you see. Okay, so it is Monday. I know I see a few. Let me start. It and is and in Monday. And then in the word it, do you see another popcorn word? The word I. All right. It is Monday, and that's the end of our sentence because there is a period there. We are going to talk about mythical creatures this week. All right, so the first word is we. Is that a popcorn word? Yes, it is, so we are going to circle that. Are, it's not a popcorn word, going. There are two popcorn words in the word going. Do you see them? So the first one is go, and the second one is in going. 2. Is that a popcorn word? Yes, it is. Talk about mythical creatures. This, oh, I see a popcorn word in the word is, or in this. I just spoiled it. Do you see it in this word here, in this? It's the word is. There we go. And then week. There is a popcorn word in the word week. Do you see it? It's right here at the beginning. It's the word week. Okay, and that's the end of the sentence because I see a period. So now we're going to read the last sentence. It will be fun. So we know it is a popcorn word because we found it up here. And we remember that there we go, will be fun. All right, you probably did a good job with that. You guys are getting really good at our popcorn words during our live lessons, so I think that you probably did really well with this. Okay, there is now a math problem down here that we have to solve. So we're not going to search for popcorn words with it, but we will read it and we will try to figure out if we can solve this problem. So it says, there were 3 unicorns and 3 dragons. How many horns were there altogether? So the first thing we have to do to solve that problem is we have to figure out how many horns does a unicorn have? I think you all know that a unicorn has 1 horn. And do you know how many horns a dragon has? It has 2. So the unicorns have 1 horn and dragons have 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 different colors so we can decide, we can kind of show or differentiate the horns of a unicorn and the horns of a dragon. So I'm going to use orange for the unicorn horns. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a math picture to solve this problem. So a math picture is just a very quick sketch. It's not taking your time to color things and make them beautiful. When we do a math picture, it's just a quick little sketch. So I'm trying to decide if I'm just going to draw the horn or I'm going to draw the whole face. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw the whole face, but I'm going to do it really quick. So my unicorn is just going to be a circle like this with a horn on the top. And if you want, you could do some eyes and a big smile like that. Okay, but we're not drawing the body. Math pictures don't look like that. It's just a quick sketch. So that's 1 unicorn. But if we go back to the question, it says there were 3 unicorns. So I'm going to draw another unicorn with 1 horn and another unicorn with 1 horn. And look at how my unicorns are all different sizes and they kind of look like pumpkins. And that is totally fine. Math pictures are quick sketches. Okay, I'm going to use red to be my dragon. So I said that a dragon had 2 horns, and let's see how many dragons are in our problem. There were 3 unicorns and 3 dragons. Okay, so I have to think, how am I going to draw a dragon really quick? So I'm going to draw it kind of the same. I'm just going to give it a circle head. You know that a dragon has a big long snout, but I'm just not, because I'm just doing a math picture. I'm going to make my dragon happy too, and I'm going to give him a horn like this. He's got 2 horns on his head. So I'm going to draw 3 dragons because remember, that's what the question said. When I read a question, sometimes you can underline the numbers that are important, and that helps you. All right, so we've got 3 unicorns, 3 dragons, and then the question says, how many horns were there all together? So let's take a quick look and count the horns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 horns. So we're going to put our answer here, and we are going to circle our final answer. That's how you know that it's your final answer. You circle it. So the answer is that if you have 3 unicorns and 3 dragons, you would have 9 horns altogether. Good job, friends. We're going to keep practicing doing these math questions. Okay, so now that we've talked about unicorns and dragons, I thought maybe we could do a couple poems about unicorns and dragons. I'm going to put the lids on my marker, just like we do at school. We don't want them to dry out. I'm going to snap them closed. Okay, so our first poem, why don't we do the unicorn poem first? And for our unicorn poem, we have a few little props. You don't have them at home, so you can use your fingers as the 5 unicorns. So the first one I'm going to get is my blue unicorn. There he is, okay, or she. Then the next unicorn is going to be purple. Actually, no, I'm sorry, an orange unicorn. Okay. Then I need a green unicorn. Oh, it's hard to hold these. I didn't have popsicle sticks, friends, so I had to use markers to tape them onto at home. And we talk about this a lot. We have to improvise when we're learning on the computer, right? So it's okay that I'm using markers. And then the next one is the red unicorn. Oh my goodness, it's hard to hold them all. And then the last one is my purple unicorn. Okay, so the poem goes like this. I saw 5 unicorns, creatures from folklore. I watched the blue one prance away, and then there were 4. So you can make one of your fingers prance away. I'm going to make the blue unicorn prance away. All right, I've got all these unicorns left. So you're going to put up 4 fingers because I've got 4 unicorns left. Okay. I saw 4 little unicorns resting by a tree. I watched the orange one prance away. And then there were 3. So I'm going to take my orange one and I'm going to prance it away. I saw 3 unicorns, but as near to them I drew, the green one pranced away, and then there were only 2. So do you have 2 fingers left? All right. I saw 2 little unicorns. I watched them run and run. The red one pranced away, and then there was 1. I saw 1 lonely purple unicorn standing in the sun. When I blinked my eyes, it pranced away, and then there were none. Okay, good job. All right, let's do a song called I'm a Little Dragon, and it's to the tune of I'm a Little Teapot. And sometimes, we've talked about this before, when we sing songs that are the tune of other songs, it's a good idea to sing that original song first so the tune is in our head. So let's do I'm a Little Teapot. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle and here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Just tip me over and pour me out. Okay, this time we're going to do it to I'm a Little Dragon. I'm a little dragon, short and short and stout. Here is my tail, and here is my snout. If you get me upset, you better watch out. I'll give you something to shout about. What do you think the dragon would give you to shout about? What would he do to you if you got him upset? Do you know what dragons do? They breathe fire, and you would not want fire to come out of a dragon. Okay, so let's read a book that I went and got from the library. So even though we can't take books out of our library at school, the library in your community, so the Grimsby Library, I think would be open. The library by me, I live in a different town, but it is open, and I was able to get this book, and I was pretty excited about it. It's called If I Had a Griffin, okay? And it's got a bunch of different mythical creatures in it, so I thought it would be a good idea to read it today, so you could kind of get your brain thinking about all the different mythical creatures there are. So If I Had a Griffin. I'm going to move my computer a bit. There we go. Last week I got a hamster, my first and only pet. He mostly eats and sleeps and hides and gets his shavings wet. If only I could have a pet with strange exotic powers. I know that I'd find lots to do to while away the hours. And look, reading a book about mythical creatures. Oh, and look at, there's a narwhal on the mug. If I had a unicorn, I'd braid her silky mane. I'd make her silver horseshoes that tinkled in the rain. We'd prance through fields of posies and nibble nectarines. I'd shine her horn with candy corn to get a starry sheen. That'd be pretty fun to have a unicorn. Unicorns are pretty, but they're also very shy. On second thought, I'd like to give a hippogriff a try. A hippogriff needs lots to do, like run and jump and fetch. I take him to the dog park to give his wings a stretch. So a lot of times mythical creatures are made out of two different animals put together. So look at this part of it, and then look at the back part of it. What animal do you think this looks like? And what animal do you think this looks like? Okay, so not all mythical creatures are made out of two different types of animals, but a lot are. Though a hippogriff is tons of fun, the dogs might find him scary. And when it comes to playing ball, well, things could get a little hairy. Perhaps I'll get a Sasquatch with a burly, curly fur. But then I'd spend 3 hours a day attacking snarls and burrs. If I had a griffin, I'd love each flashing feather. But she needs flying every day, regardless of the weather. Uh-oh, I don't think they'd want to fly in the rain with their griffin. And look at the griffin again. See how it's made out of two different animals? If I had a kraken, we'd swim and deep sea dive, but I would need a scuba suit in order to survive. If I had a dragon with a temperamental snout, I'd need a fire extinguisher to put her sneezes out. Oh, look, friends, we just did that math problem about the horns of a dragon. There's the horns on him. I like this picture because look, the dragon wraps all the way around. It's so big. Kieran needs a field of grass at least an ocean wide. Jackalope needs sturdy reins for bumpy, jumpy rides. There's one mythical creature. There's the jackalope. Phoenix needs a chimney nest that's smoke and fireproof. Manticore needs special floss for each and every tooth. Harpies are too screechy. Chupacabras like to bite. Fairies play too many tricks and kelpies hate the light. Basilisk is slippery. Chimera likes to scratch. Mermaids brush their hair all day and sprites are hard to catch. I'll show you that picture up close so you can look at all the different mythical creatures. Perhaps a hamster's not so bad. In fact, he's rather sweet. I love his furry belly and the teeny tiny feet. He may not be a griffin or a creature from the sea, but I am his and he is mine, and that's enough for me. The end. Friends, what did you think of that book? I really like it. It's got lots of different creatures in it, and a lot of the creatures I've never even heard of before, so I learned some new mythical creatures. Okay. So I think that's going to end our circle time for today. This has been a nice long one. And I want to remind you that after this video is done, you may go and go to our D2L page, and Miss L has posted a library activity there for you that you could do. And if you get finished that library activity, you can always email her. If you're not sure, you can email me and I can forward it to her if you'd like, or I think some of you probably still have her email. Otherwise, I think that's it for today. We'll learn more about some mythical creatures tomorrow during our circle time. Let's do our goodbye song now. Are you ready? See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Be sweet, parakeet. Give a hug, ladybug. See you soon, raccoon. Out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear. Blow a kiss, goldfish. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.